Hi Capricorn, this is your bi-weekly love reading from May 15th through the 31st, 2018. This reading is for all Capricorn Suns, Moons, Risings, Capricorns on the house cusp, and also if you have your Venus in Capricorn. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everyone. Do check your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. If you're on the cusp, this also counts. And check your Venus sign, because your Venus sign describes your love style, okay, how you operate in relationships, especially for, well, women and men, but also, you know, obviously if you're a woman watching, definitely know your Venus sign and check your Venus sign. But knowing can be more important than checking it. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Capricorn. From May 15th through the 31st, 2018, this is your bi-weekly love reading. What does Capricorn need to know regarding their love lives from May 15th through the 31st, 2018? Spirit. Capricorn Suns, Moons, Risings. Capricorns on the cusp and Venus and Capricorn. What do they need to know? What are the most important love messages and energies for the sign of Capricorn from May 15th through the 31st. And let's do one more here. Nope, one more. Look at your current situation. What is a challenge for you? What has put you here? This can be the foundation of the situation that you're in the middle of May. What you may be thinking or feeling over the next 2 weeks. Your recent past, your near future. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. I could be reading for a male Capricorn here, or someone who is very focused on their business. This is someone who is a provider. They're very faithful. This can be someone this is your true love. If you are a Capricorn watching, you may be someone's true love here, but I'm seeing someone that is very stable financially. You know, look, he's got the fireplace and the little mantle and smoking a pipe like Sherlock Holmes. Very put together, you know, someone very put together. It can be a man or a woman. And, yeah, very comfortable with the luxury that they have, very comfortable with the situation they're in. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Challenge is the Ace of Wands coming up in a challenge position in reverse. What has put you here? We have the Two of Wands. What you may be thinking or feeling is the Lovers in reverse. Your recent past is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And your near future is the Ten of Wands. All right, we'll go in and clarify some of these cards in just a minute. You do walk into the middle of May with the Nine of Swords in reverse, so I read this card as feeling pressured. Okay, you could be dealing with a lot of stress, maybe under a lot of pressure at this time. In terms of love, it's not the best card because it can indicate that it's just been, you're too upset and stressed out to even think about your lover at this time. You just are overcome with so much pressure and stress and anxiety that it may just be difficult for you to, it's kind of like a nightmare, you know, it's like you wake up and you're like, oh God, this is horrible. So it could just be you're under a lot of stress at this time, but you may also just be feeling like, I can't even think about this person right now. Your challenge is the Ace of Wands, and it's coming up in reverse, so the stress and anxiety could also be affecting your libido. This can indicate a lack of sex drive or feeling low energy. Basically, it's saying you don't feel much for someone, or you aren't, the spark of passion has left the relationship or is gone. Now, because we want to get at the upright qualities of Ace of Wands here, which is creativity, passion, can be love at first sight. It can be like feeling really hot for someone, having like that passionate impulse. You know, the Ace of Wands is a solar phallic symbol, so for men it can indicate, you know, feeling it for someone. But in the reverse position, that does seem to be a challenge. I just feel like right now for you, it's dealing with stress and pressure coming from the outside that is affecting you and may just put you off your game. What has put you here is the Two of Wands. So I see that you had options here in the recent past. You have the whole world in your hands, and you were just like, you know, from my point of view, I'm looking up at you here. You're on this precipice, being able to step forward and make a decision. So it could be that the stress of making this decision or having this option was just too much and you couldn't handle it mentally, or could be that all of a sudden you had a lot of stresses and pressures put on you and this decision had to be put off. In the past, you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is your energy. You may have been feeling like weighed down by emotion. This can be feeling stuck, having trouble moving forward. I'm also seeing someone here that could be second guessing themselves, or you know, holding a, not forgiving someone, but also not being able to come forward with an offer. So if you're coming up in the reverse, it's usually for a reason. And that reason can be also that you've been working too much. You've been eating too much heavy food. You've been feeling like things can't move forward unless they're perfect. So it can indicate some perfectionistic, you know, some issues with perfectionism. You may also just be very stubborn and just everything is taking forever kind of thing. But I do see that you had a decision to make, a choice to make here, to step forward on your path. Now, unfortunately, there is something here stressing you out, and it's affecting your sex drive, your libido, your passion department, if you will. In terms of your thoughts and feelings, you have the Lovers in reverse, so you may be feeling unrequited love for someone. You may have difficulty making a head or a heart decision. Normally this can indicate a lover's triangle, like you can't decide between two people here. This can also indicate the end of a soulmate contract. We have the card of Gemini. Some of you could be thinking about a Gemini. But I'm just feeling like you can't make a choice here. You can't decide. Even though you've like put so much stress and pressure on yourself, or someone's putting stress and pressure on you to make a decision, I feel like you just, you are feeling disharmony within a union. This can be your partner, your soulmate, someone outside of your relationship. It really just depends. Okay, so going into the near future, you have the Ten of Wands. I do feel like you're going to move forward. You may even be moving, relocating. I also see here you have to carry this burden with you. You want to move forward. It's just you feel like you have to carry the load here. Okay, so you have a lot of, you can have a lot of duties, responsibilities, and obligations that you have to fulfill that you hate to fulfill, but you're going to do it anyway. So I see that you are going to be successful. You are going to push forward. It's just, it's like that final push forward, because we go from the 9 to the 10. So you are wrapping up loose ends here. You are wrapping up a cycle. But I do see that it is going to be a lot of hard work. You're going to have some tough days. You're going to have some days where you have a lot of stuff on your plate. You have a lot of responsibilities. Like the King of Pentacles is someone that has a lot of responsibilities, but he's able to handle it because he is a king. So let's go ahead and clarify some of these cards. I want to know, let's see, what do we want to know here? I'm asking for your input as well, what you would like me to clarify. People want me to clarify the Lovers in reverse. Why is the Lovers in reverse for Capricorn? Why is the Lovers in reverse for Capricorn? We have the home and the passion. Okay. Give me one more for Capricorn. Why is the Lovers in reverse for Capricorn? That's too many. I'll just take these two cards for now. We have the home, which indicates stability, family, and living a traditional lifestyle. So I feel like you already have this home environment. You're very happy with your home. You have stability, but I also see that you may have also be dealing with a love or passion that arises or flourishes again. So quite literally, Cupid has like struck your heart again. So you're feeling this passion, you're feeling these feelings for someone you can't explain, and this may be happening while you're at home with your family. This may be while you're spending time in a stable environment. But I do feel like you've got this resurgence of passion in your heart, and you may just be unable to choose between staying where you are, having a happy home and family, and living this traditional lifestyle, or, you know, following something that sparks you from a passion standpoint, because that does seem to be an issue from what I'm seeing. I want to know why the Ace of Wands is coming up in reversed for Capricorn. Why is okay. We have the cheerfulness, the alegría. So this indicates celebration with friends and family in your past. We have the worry, which I see the worry here. Literally the same card, just reversed. So I do see a woman who is very afflicted. She's irritated. She's troubled. This can be you or someone you know. And if it is someone you know, it could be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Likely it's your energy though. The next thing I have is the conversation. I do see people sitting around the table and talking. So it can just be a friendly dialogue. Okay, I do see a lot of people around you though. 3 or more people. The next thing I have is the superbia, which is haughtiness. So it can be like arrogance, vanity, ostentation, like showing off. Someone around you could be like this, or this could be your energy. So it's also like pride, having a lot of pride. I may be reading for a married woman or someone that is attracted to or respects a mother of a family. Now this, I do see someone that has at least 2 children here. And then we have the 3 again with the joyous heart. So this has more to do with like distracting yourself with a pastime, hobby, or just hanging out with friends. The next thing I have is the nuptials. So this does indicate that you would be going into some kind of union here. This is a solid bond, union, or alliance, like a marriage or like a steady relationship. And then lastly, I have the delirious. So this is someone who is involving themselves in some kind of foolish behavior, fooling around, doing stupid things. So I'm consistently seeing 3 people come up here, you know, in a lot of these cards. So I feel like someone here is married, possibly has children, is already in like a stable situation. But I feel like there's someone who's fooling around here. This can be you or someone else, and is involved in some foolish behavior. But I do feel like you're feeling some disharmony with your soulmate, or you may be feeling like there's a disconnection between what your head is saying is the right thing to do and what your heart is saying, you know, moving forward. Why is the Ten of Wands coming up in the future for Capricorn? We have the Mercante, so this is someone who is wanting to come to an agreement. They could be a business person, and this person is wanting to mediate a situation. They want to work something out. It's like they want to make a deal. This can be also just like getting down to business here. Why is the Ten of Wands coming up in the future for Capricorn? That's too many cards. Why is the Ten of Wands coming up in the future for Capricorn? Let's see. We have the Friend. I do see someone around you, this can be you or someone you know, that is a confidant, a guest, or a relationship of trust. This is someone that, you know, you can definitely count on, that you can definitely trust, but probably not more than a friendship, you know. Likely a female friend. And then we have the Married Woman. Yeah, this is, again, we had this card here. A married woman and a married woman. Respect or attraction toward the mother of a family. But here it's respect or attraction toward the mother of a family. Here I'm just seeing a woman, maybe not with the children in the way, but nevertheless, I do see a married woman here. So, what is this? Feels like you have to move forward despite your burdens, duties, and responsibilities. I feel like you have someone here that you can talk to who is a friend. I also see someone here that like wants to work things out with you. This could be a business relationship or some kind of contract. But I do feel like at the end of the day, I do see a married woman here that I may be reading for. And this person, you know, has a family. They probably have children. It's like the Queen of Diamonds, so probably more like, you know, the Queen of Pentacles type of personality, or the King of Pentacles here. So someone that, you know, is going to carry forward despite, you know, probably the weight that they feel. This can be a very heavy energy. And see what your guidance is for this time period. Spirit, what does Capricorn need to know? Please help guide them on their high spiritual path, in love and in light. Capricorn, May 15th to the 31st. What is your guidance for Capricorn? We have the Eyes of Beauty. Positive expectations, clarity. Okay. That is card 25. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, so when the Eyes of Beauty shows up in your reading, they require you to examine your perceptions. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Can you retrace your steps from your past to now and see the perfection in the way reality has been created? Truly, perception is everything. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how it's perceived. The Eyes of Beauty remind you that if you move forward with conviction, which is what I do see you doing, all is well now and always will be. You will see true prosperity as a result. Expect to see beauty and you will attract your highest good. And as a challenger, the eyes of beauty are a sign that self-centered fear expressed through harsh judgment is behind your current circumstances. Are you seeing only the flaws in your circumstances or in another person? Are you looking at what is wrong instead of what could be made right? If you take some time to adjust your eyes and see things exactly as they are, you cannot help but admire their perfection. Release your expectations and demands, and be with the truth of the way things are now. You're whole and beautiful and perfect, and what you observe is too. It may not be exactly what you want, but perhaps in shifting your vision, you will find clarity and will see that it's exactly what you need at this time. A total shift in perception is what is required now. Very true. There's a quote that I like from the late Wayne Dyer, who is a spiritual guru and, you know, someone that wise beyond his years. But there's a quote and he says, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. Change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. I'll leave you with that, Capricorn, and I hope this reading finds you well. I hope you enjoy the rest of your month of May. And as always, I send you off with blessings of love and light. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, I do have openings available. Check below in the description for my website or scheduling app. And take good care of yourselves. I'll see you back in June. Bye.